My mission is to clean up sloppy language. Now, just look at the difference. There are three things that will make you successful. There are three strategies that will make you more successful. There are three methodologies that will make you more successful. There are three techniques. In other words, what we want our presentations to be is conversational sounding. But the difference between a conversation and a conversational sounding presentation is that we actually think about it in advance. If there were one mistake that most good business professionals or speakers or consultants make, it's to think, because I'm experienced, I can wing it. My brother, he's the genius in the family, an internationally acclaimed rock and roll guitarist, but he always says, every time you put your foot on the stage, it is the assumption of innocence within a context of experience. In other words, he might have been playing a guitar for 50 years, but this time he puts his foot on the stage, it is the first time for this audience in this venue at this period of time. You could have been consulting for 30 years, but every assignment, see, you have the context of your experience, but this one is new and fresh. Every time we step on stage, the last 300 audiences might have loved you, but you don't know if this one will. You can't take it for granted. And working on the principle that quality will spread, more specificity will spread throughout your conversations and presentations. In conversation, it's not planned, you don't use specific language, you say things, you have run-on sentences, you don't pause, you start sentences, you don't finish them. That's conversation. That isn't a more formal presentation. The next one, and I have heard it from some of the best speakers at this conference, stuff. Stuff is debris, it's rubbish. If we talk about our expertise as stuff, we devalue. Who wants to pay your high fees for rubbish? One of my clients, they had just invested $40 million on a new program. He was one of the most eloquent executives I've ever heard. He was on stage, international manager, was fabulous, and then suddenly he said, our clients need our stuff. Now I ask you, it costs $40 million and you call it debris. Look at, how can you manage a sales force that said, oh boss, I went to a trade show and I came home with a ton of leads. You couldn't even walk out the trade show with a ton of business cards. Be specific. Bunches are for grapes. You don't go and have a bunch of ideas. I heard 16 superb presentations, took 40 pages of notes, made up an action list, and there are 16 actions I'm taking in the next week. That's specific.
When you invite me to speak at your conference, my message will be adapted to your industry or event. Other presenters' comments can be incorporated. My message can be delivered as a keynote or a breakout session. Many of my clients hire me to deliver both. Let's have a conversation.